Yeah, you thought I was sleeping out there. Namaste and I catch my family. And welcome to the morning episode of Morning Coffee with Rion. I didn't give you guys any fair warning. I apologize for that. Some of you guys are probably going to be seeing this later in the day. I've been in Florida for the past week activating basically not only some of the entertainment theme parks, I'm not going to tell you which ones, but I've actually been down here activating. I woke up a pretty gnarly dude out in the Bermuda Triangle who is down in that glass or crystalline pyramid that's about a quarter mile, half mile under the water out off the tip of the Keys in Bermuda. I woke up one of my Earth Guardian brothers out here. I've been dying to make a video for you guys. I've just been crushing. I've been on security detail. I go to bed here. Again, I'm in Florida. I'm over here on the Atlantic side. Going to bed at 4 in the morning on security detail majority of the night. Every single day in dream time, we're actually, my guys are going through everyone's dreamscapes in Florida and trying to wake them up. There's been a change of guard. We have a complete switchover of who is responsible for this specific territory. That's as of last night as well. What else is going on? Repurposing of different Cabal-based assets has also been repurposed and reprogrammed. I'm not going to go into very specifics with that. Sorry, it's kind of like a gnarly high-level video, but this is what I've been holding inside for the past 2 weeks. Or past week, I should say, out here. The dude we woke up who was sleeping in an underwater chamber. Obviously, it's airtight down there. More of a galactic stud. One of my brothers who's been sleeping for about 12,000 years, 12,500 years. He's an awesome guy. You guys will see him very soon, assisting with some of the Earth Guardianship. Some of the different brothers, families, some of our galactic family, they're not awake all the time. Sometimes they go in stasis for quite some time and fractal out and do whatever needs to be done in different levels. However, similar to Toth, who actually always keeps a body on Earth, so he can actually project into here and actually wake up in a suit. There are other versions of that tale that are far older than the Toth story from Egypt. Where do you think he learned it from? Moving on. So again, yay! So happy to see you too. Sorry, I just had to open up the door. I was just like, I'm processing some high level stuff. I'm in Florida. Things are happening out here. What I can say about Florida, yesterday when I was doing the activation, and actually gridding and doing the activation, I actually got to see, I got to see the type of seats we used to sit in when we had our flying machines. The flying machines, okay, basically it looks like a Sea-Doo, but it looks more like a Sea-Doo mixed with Star Wars, Star Wars thing. They even showed me the seat, and it was made out of the skin of a giant squid, the holographic seat. So basically the leather of this flying thing I was driving around the skin was actually made out of a giant squid. So that's how we rolled back in the day. I'm trying to say not right now in the present moment, but back in the days of Atlantis, back in the days when we could actually talk to the creatures in the sea and call certain things to us and certain awareness to us. I saw that. What else? I saw that this whole place energetically is underwater. I saw that Florida in general is still underwater. I saw that what you're seeing now were actually the valleys of Florida now. I'm out here in the south of Florida. Since the water level was so much lower before, that's why they found, obviously Atlantis off the tip of Cuba. Cuba was the mountain range of the city of Atlantis. They already have the facts of that. You guys can look that up. Wilcox does a very nice interview with a nice lady who I think back in 2006 actually found Atlantis, which is on the northwestern side of Cuba. Cuba was the mountain ridge of Atlantis. Now, when I say Atlantis, what up, guys? I'm sorry, I'm ripping. This is all like pre-programmed awesomeness coming in hot for you guys, okay? So, Cuba is the mountain range of old Atlantis. Now, I want to express to you guys what Atlantis was. Atlantis was kind of like saying the United States. There are many different pockets of Atlantis. There wasn't just one island and this is Atlantis. It was kind of like more like an empire. So there's many different islands. Oh, you got the island off of Ireland. You got the island off of England. You got where else? Obviously down here in Cuba. You also have some things they found in different territories. One's closer to Greece. And obviously outside, you guys know they're finding all of these old Egyptian things, right? That are popping up all over the Middle East and stuff. So, yes, Samara, what up, guys? Sorry I didn't give you guys any warning. I'm going live right now. Let me get it in right now. So, what else? Lots of dealings with the Hathors down here and negotiation of basically a Lyran or a Lyra type of function assisting this specific location. Most of the beings here hold a 6D processing potential. I'm not saying there's not beings that out here that are outstretching that, but as far as the control system, there are a handful of 8D Anunnaki turds being negative around here, but nothing like Los Angeles or any other territories I visited. Handful of Draco, they weren't that big of a deal. It was more like just negotiating terms. There really wasn't like a fist fight out here, which I'm used to. As you guys well know, when we do our activations on Earth, when I went to Bavaria and I was up in Eagle's Nest and Hitler's base up there, that was a shit show. That was a scrap. Scrapped for like 48 hours, 72 hours straight. Imagine that, right? But this is a much nicer energy. The beings here are very... They kind of just feel like they're in sleepy status. And even the energy down here and people in Florida, they're sleepy. It's hi Lynn. Now I know I have a brother out here who's crushing, and there's many amazing starseeds and light beings out here in Florida that are crushing. But I just want you guys to keep you guys up to date with some of the solar things that are going on. As far as this next wave coming in, we have what? Today is March. We have one. Oh, it's April 2nd, April 3rd. 60 days until the next wave hits. As far as, I'm going to talk about some more of the Earth Guardianship real quick, guys. For some of you guys that are operational out there that need this intel, I'm going to go there, then I'm going to come back and obviously answer some of your questions. For the beautiful guardian of, you know her, you love her, Sandra, the guardian of Mount Shasta. Different functions of the monad as far as our collective consciousness is concerned on basically braiding, obviously, the dimensional versions above, in the high 30s or 40s. This joint mind, obviously, with my brothers and sisters in Sedona. This collective consciousness is actually spreading much faster through the collective as far as the energy allotted and obviously the assets available. The frequency of obviously the Schumann scale, but actually the planet itself is actually raised enough for some of these big ladies and gents, big boys, big gals out there, these cosmic beings should actually get down here much easier. As far as the cleanup, on obviously, which Corey talks about a lot about, and I can't wait to actually interview him, April 21st and 22nd, at the Sedona Cosmic Awakening, if you guys are coming out there. Yes. And I want to give a big shout out to Annette and all of the Team UK out there, Team Light UK that are out there, and obviously Victoria. You guys crushing. Annette, you guys crushing out in UK. I am paying attention to all the activation points and grids and images you guys are sending me, and we send in support from Sedona, right? Goodness gracious, what happens when I don't do a video for a very week or two? It's a lot of information. Okay. Nielsen, come over. We're activating as fast as we can. Naples, hey, check this out. You guys are doing amazing. I'm here to tell you from the top down. You guys have a lot of access from Lyra coming down to actually take more controls of the specific area. There's no reason why the vibration of this particular place should be at the function it is. Now, I understand Florida is a very large place and there are high points and low points, but I want to express something to you. Many of these junction points of the high frequency are actually out in the ocean. So here's what I want to express to you. The antenna, the pyramid, here's the Atlantic Ocean, here's Florida. Here's a little pond, so here's the tip of Florida. Here's the point, right? Here's the tip of Florida. Here's where the pyramids are in the Bermuda Triangle and all that jazz. So all the different time dilations and portals that are on this planet. Okay, so these are this is the high point, the antenna is about a half mile down the ocean. Here's all the connection points. So basically there's ribbons or ley lines that are going into and inserting into the actual continent. Where they insert is kind of where they plug in, right? There are higher frequencies in very specific locations on Florida, but as far as the high points, they're actually out in the ocean. That's one of the things about Florida. Now, two, in Sedona, on the opposite parallel, those high points are actually shooting right out of the mountains, right out of the ground, right out of the amazingness, the cliffs, and Thunder Mountain, and the vortexes there. To give you guys a heads up on two different vocabulary terms, you guys out there gritting, you got two different versions. You got a pulse point and you got a vortex. Okay? Pulse point, energy coming down. Okay? The step pyramids in Mexico, why they're flat topped. Like this, the flat top, Chichen Itza and whatnot, that's pulling energy down from the ionosphere into the ground. Okay? Then obviously you have like the Nubian type pyramids, which are all over Indonesia and the different structures. Those are 72-degree golden ratio. Those are upload. They send, uplink. The 76 degrees is actually like for a 12-sided star. Love you guys. That's a different higher level of frequency, vibration, and binary code, which can be uploaded and downloaded actually a little bit faster than what a chemical computer can process. However, it's more for a planetary balancing harmonization. Okay. Oh, what you want to do? You think that we don't know what's going on down here? Well, let me express some things to you. Okay. I'm like a plasma cannon coming out of Andromeda, coming in hot. Okay, here we go. So, but Rion, they're not ready to hear the truth. I'm like, is it 1952? Because I'm already bored. Moving on. So, just kidding. Cayman Islands, 202, all the Canary Islands, love you. Yes. And out there in the Canary Islands, you know those Jagaloons have a underwater base that they have the, whatchamacallit. They got the unmanned drones, little submarines that go back and forth and deliver food and, stuff out there in the Canary Islands. So, there's also a lot of stuff out there, obviously in the Canary Islands. There's a lot of stuff you guys, you do your research, you do your R&D, you get on the Google Maps. You'd be surprised when you're actually scanning out in the Canary Islands and some of the different islands out there, obviously off Florida and some of those unnamed islands. If you zoom in on that Google map and it's fuzzed out, like you can't zoom into 200 feet that you normally can, that's where you circle that on a world map. If everyone just simply went, where are these Jagaloons hiding? Go on Google Maps and see every single function that is fuzzed out. And what installation should be there. Why does the island have no name? 1. 2, if you can't see the island, why is there infrastructure on that island like it's downtown Phoenix and it's all high fiber, Fios cables and power lines when no one lives on the island? Well, ladies and gents, that's when you look underneath the surface. It's very obvious and simple to find these things. You just have to pay attention. Where Google whites out the map, that's where you focus. Okay, moving on. Yup. Annette, love you. Crushing. By the way, I've been keeping up with you guys. Love you guys. Okay, so sorry, that was a good little flavor, little rip for you. What else is going on? Yes, I've noticed that some of the little dudes, little grays. I know there's a lot of negative connotations about these dudes. If you guys are into Hogwarts, like the house elf. You know what I'm saying? Basically, a little gray is like a house elf. If you were in Hogwarts and you're like, I serve the family Draco. Basically, those little house elves are like little grays. Okay? They serve their masters. They're kind of programmed, but at the same time, they kind of think their masters are jackasses and would prefer not to. So here's the deal with reprogramming little grays. For you guys that are actually at this level. By the way, I'm just ripping right now. This is like, wild turkey here. Okay? I'm just not pulling punches. Here's the deal. The main focus of when you're actually interacting with something that needs to be released or does not enjoy serving what they're doing what they're doing, the main thing is to obviously have compassion, 1. 2, be strong and sturdy like a parent. If little kids are arguing in a sandbox, you walk up like a parent, you grab both kids and you separate them. But your strength separates them, like, hey, knock it off. And then release and go play nicely. So it's that type of having strength that assists, okay? So, yes, you can reprogram some of these little dudes. Once I found out from Corey that most of these things, and obviously Miss Heather Sautain, love you. Can't wait to see you April 21st and 22nd. The main function is, if you can reprogram or repurpose these functions, understand they're not trying to reprogram or repurpose the actual asset. Rather, what you're trying to do is break the controls of what it has been serving and give them, obviously, a grandiose experience of what their potential is, and to remind you that all of these little dudes that serve these elder races understand that when they were created, we kind of had our P's and Q's and, I's dotted, T's crossed. We had our stuff together. Okay. Now that we're kind of 32 different races in a petri dish hodgepodge of a protein smoothie of awesomeness, that we're trying to actually, generate certain levels of harvest, certain levels of ascensions, but truly certain levels of cosmic beings who are actually 15D and above, integrated from 3 all the way up, or 1, I should say, all the way up. Understand the different levels of the game, which are actually, happening right now around you guys. Stay in your hearts, stay balanced. Batman, let's do this thing. And we got this. So I reprogrammed a couple little dudes. I think I shall name mine Spot. Just kidding. Very nice little being, little dude. Basically, when you guys are reprogramming or reprocessing, when the top of the head glows 5 or 6 golden rings, bing, 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 bing. I know this is high level stuff, but that's actually when the eyes will flash and you can actually reset the gray. Little dude, that is. What else? I'm not holding punches back. I'm sorry. I'm in Florida. I'm just not pulling punches. Okay, what else we got? The main focus and function of this is not to come at this like a child. Like, ooh, I'm in 3D. I get to play with all this power. Or, ooh, I get to have all these fun things. No. We're here to serve the collective. We're here to serve the Universal Council. We're here to serve the Galactic Council, and obviously this planet as a functionality of mending a timeline. Everyone asks me, why are we here? What are we doing? It took me 9 years to get this one sentence. We incarnated to fix a timeline. That's it. We came back from the future into the past. Some of us came from the past into the future, into this present moment. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're here to fix a timeline in the present. So say 20, 30, 40, 50,000 years into the future, when there's this whole, whatever you want to call it. Some of you guys know about it, some of you don't. We are actually altering that timeline so that event doesn't take place, right? And that we kind of scoot on by towards our awesomeness, joining our families in that galactic awesomeness, and actually bypassing this level of teenager rhetoric that is actually, trying to experience what it is to actually lead a planet in 3D. So you have to understand, different races that actually are sitting behind the scenes, this might be their first shot at the title. This is their first shot. We got 10, 15,000 years to put our work in, and we're going to do it, okay? Here's the issue with that. If you create something that you do not have compassion for, if you create something that you cannot see eye to eye or as an equal, therefore you failed in your creation, because it is not truly a true reflection of the maximum potential of efficiency you have as a creator being to create something superior to yourself. Do not be scared to create things that are far greater than yourself. Hence, you go back to the Pegasus issue. Remember? Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, right? Back to this mythos, right? Where basically Kronos, their pops, was a dingleberry, and basically they scrapped him and took the power away from him, locked him up. Why? Because Kronos was eating his kids. He was very service to self, and, right, he didn't really want to create other things of life and awesomeness. Okay? I'm just giving you this as an example. Okay? The old Zeus story. I like the dudes from Pegasus. If you guys don't know about where Zeus, Odin, all that flavor comes from, that's the Pegasus constellation. They're studs. We love them. Sending love out to all my Nordics and all my Palladians out there, all my Andromedans, Arcturians, love you, love you, love you, Lyrans, Thundercats, you know what I'm saying? And obviously my cool dudes from Nibiru that aren't on the night polarity, There are Anu, Royal, Aki seeds out there that aren't rocking that negative polarity, just to let you know. There are very cool Anunnaki out there. And the reptilian thing, let's break this thing down real quick. I'm so tired of, in my dreamscape, having to constantly deal with the situation. I want to just stop this rhetoric right now. First and foremost, when you say the word reptilian, what type of reptilian are you talking about? It's like saying salt. Are you saying, is it Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, sea salt? Are these domestic reptilians? Are these international reptilians? Right? Are these local group? Are these, galactic? Like, what is this? Here's what I get a lot. Yo, bro, I look like this, but I'm not a jagaloon. I'm not a jackass. They call me a reptilian. Yeah, I have scales. It doesn't mean I'm a Debbie Downer dude down there in those bases trying to run HARP systems. Okay? What I'm trying to get to is it's high level stuff if you process and plug that one in. By the way, we're doing an amazing job knocking those bases out. Peace and love on Earth. Now, I like the rain. Namaste. For you guys know what I'm talking about. So, this is what I want to get to with the knocking off the separation. How I was taught was very simple. First of all, my highest self said, son, we take on all comers. That was the first thing. When I was in Egypt doing gnarly stuff where I'd have to walk down in dungeons or go into jungles or old Tibetan burial cemeteries up on mountains and go free some of my brothers. And I'm like, hey, highest, this is kind of gnarly, bro. Like, you sure we got this? He's all, son, we take on all comers. I share that with you because that's how real dudes speak. Okay, 1, 2. Just because of the function of how we're being treated right now, you have to understand that those beings that are doing the negative stuff learned it somewhere. They learned it somewhere. Just like they teach fear and separation on this planet. Well, if you actually get down to the nitty gritty of talking, say, a 10D Drake, you're like, yo, homie, who trained you to be like this? Why are you like this? That's when the history lesson begins. Okay? One of my dudes started talking, hey, bro, you think these guys are all love and light? Well, you know what happened 10, 15, 20,000 years ago? Remember what happened to the dinosaurs? Hey, this conflict's been going on a long time. Okay? These guys have been bumping heads for a long time. Here's the issue. Fighting over something and hoping that the end result will be different than the last time we got in a scrap, it's kind of ridiculous. That's called a loop. Okay? What we're trying to get to in this situation is, can both sides actually respect one another? Can both sides actually raise the vibration of planet Earth together? And can both sides grow up and actually see the importance of us as a species rising above this function? Can our 3D hardware units become self-aware? Can we process more than one dimension? Goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, I am more than what my eyes can see at 30 frames per second. When my adrenal glands fire off, I am more than what my eyes see at 60 frames per second. Okay? My body, my vessel hears in stereo. We got left and right. It's a super, super high-end stereo optic sound we got going on over here. Ladies and gents, I make this jest for you because I want you to understand that no matter what suit you put on and what incarnation, no matter what planet you incarnate on, every planet's going to have some of these issues. These guys don't like these guys. These guys don't like these guys. These guys have been scrapping forever. They don't even know why they're scrapping. They totally forgot it, But they don't like each other. Okay? Here's the deal. The function of evolution is to take what you are given, transmute it, integrate it, improve upon it, and use the assets that come with those functions of DNA and evolution and raise the bar. And raise the bar. And raise the bar. The more experience you gather per dimension, per world, per experience, the more deeper and wiser of a being you are. The more one of us steps foot on a planet, and they're doing all this silly stuff, and you're just going, hey, did you know what happened around the corner in the local group, about 6, 7 light years away, 8 light years away, about 5,000 years ago? Because literally exactly what's going on right here, we can go ahead and play the Blu-ray movie of what happened there. When you're done watching the Blu-ray movie, go ahead and let me know if you want to continue on this course of action. Ladies and gents, we are raw, logical, pure beings of awesomeness here to assist this planet raise its vibration and to wake our brothers and sisters up out of this comatose that we've been under for the last 10, 15,000 years. Okay? We're here, we incarnated to fix a timeline. Okay? I just want you guys to know that we are here in full support of you. And I'm just trying to get away from this separation, fear-based thing. Look, let me explain something else to you. In my diet, let's just make it real simple for you guys. I mean, you guys don't need it simple. Okay? Here's how I broke down my light and my night. My positive energy, my chi, and then obviously some of the negative stuff, the deluge that comes off me. Vice versa. Here we go. In the same way I told my night side, hey homie, I had to go on a diet. I had to stop eating steak, pork, meat, chicken. I'm allowed to eat a couple pieces of salmon sometimes, but mostly my diet's either eggs or vegetarian. In the same way I put myself on a diet, I go, hey homie, stop absorbing loosh. Find another power source that you can pull from. Stop having it. It's like someone who's addicted to McDonald's. Stop going to McDonald's to get a hamburger, bro. Like, I'm tired of having to deal with on your night side now, I'm talking about. So, if you guys don't understand what loosh is, so what I'm trying to get to is there is a way. I already see I blew that up. I don't know if you guys lost me there. I'm back. Okay. Loosh. Here we go. Negative thought forms. Pain body. Anger, rage, resentment. Why did you do this to me? All that lower stuff. That's loosh. Pain body. Ba, 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 ba. Victim mode. Ba, ba, ba. And some people that like to play the victim mode, they get a little bonus from it. Like, oh, you did this to me. They kind of get into this, situation. I know, I'm about to blow this camera up. Okay, so this happens. It's real. I'm like, wah. Now, on the positive side, okay, love, abundance, unconditional love, having compassion, doing all this amazing stuff. Okay, what I'm trying to get to is in balancing this in yourself. The negotiation is that the hardware, right, you have made a conscious decision to live in a certain way. And in the same way as above, so below, you're cordially asking your aspects to work in accordance with your universal law and free will and sovereign right to exist in peace on this planet. Okay? Here's the deal. We're trying to assist some of our night aspects, and coming from over here, all you want to do, here's your light, here's your night. This is my right hand, this is my left hand. You guys, all we're trying to do is have these two aspects get to the center. I'm not asking, Darth Vader to jump over into Skittles land. I'm just saying, hey bro, can you get to my center so we can get synced up and actually get dialed in and be more truly what a multidimensional being is meant to be? That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. Back to the negative connotation. I don't like being a speciesist, and I don't like being a racist. I'm not a racist, and I'm not a speciesist. So when I hear this reptilian, my thing is I hear all the time is, what's the motivation behind the action, and who's responsible for actually doing this? Is there literally a handful of Anunnaki Jagaloons, a handful of Draco Jagaloons, and then, they're little unconscious, lower-minded, reptilian dudes running this? My function is go for the function of the hierarchy and don't judge the entire population based upon a handful of guys that basically have this motivation, right, to try to create something that only serves themselves. Kaboom. Put that on a bumper sticker. So, that's just what I wanted to express with you guys. To be a referee, there's a reason why the galactic colors are black and white. There's a reason why a referee's colors on a football field are black and white. You need someone who can blow the whistle and go like, all right, guys, you go on your side, you go on your side. You need galactic referees to keep an eye on the game down here so it doesn't get out of hand. Okay. Again, no one's from Earth, even those Garthians that claim to be here 20 million years. Okay, you didn't originate from here. Maybe you did. I don't know. That's up for debate. But what I'm trying to say is, I love you guys in Agartha. I'd like to see more of you in Dreamtime. Get on your egg chairs and go ahead and project in. Just don't come in as an ascended master when you're actually a 4 or 5D being sitting underground. But whatever floats your boat. So what I'm getting to is the function that we serve as a unit is the integration. The strength is in the unity. Taking all of your aspects, extracting all of the strengths. Hi, darling. How you guys doing? Extracting all of the strengths of all of your multidimensional aspects. And then working on the weaknesses. Okay, he's a great warrior, but he doesn't give a very good hug. Or she's a great healer, but she hasn't picked a sword up in 5,000 years. Whatever it is. Work on your strengths, transmute your weaknesses, and every day understand that you have the potential to grow stronger and wiser in your experience. Okay, that's all I want to say. And again, to all the guys playing the game and all the different, Illuminati, the Cabal guys, and all these guys doing their thing, trying to, be someone you're not, I want to express something to you. Be very careful playing with things you do not fully understand, 1. And 2, understand that beings that have been sleeping for 10,000 years that stare at you through an energetic chamber wall, they're not going to view you as equals, no matter what you do for them. So, Be careful what you play with. Moving on. Okay, so I just wanted to be clear with that. I do that because I love you guys, and I just don't want you guys to get into a situation that you might not really understand what you're getting into until it's too late. Okay? Some of those guys are locked up for a reason. Okay? Moving on. Now, what else? And again, let the hierarchy of the courts of heaven deal with those guys. You know what I mean? Moving on. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for me? I can't even see. It's like a big glare. I'm in Florida. There's actually clouds with no chemtrails. I'm so excited. Sending love to my brothers out there in Hawaii. Love you guys. My brother Alexander and my brother Jace Dog and all my family. Isa, all my guys out in Sedona. Obviously by Nini here in Florida. I'm sweating over here. Okay. So what else we got going on? Holla at me. I need a special today. April, you are very special, as always. All right. Now, if you guys would like to have any questions answered real quick, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up pretty quick. I just needed to get that out. There's some things I'm starting to compute and actually understand in a more grounded way where I can actually translate it and actually understand it in a more grounded way, not in a spiritual woo-woo way, but actually I've been sitting with this stuff for quite some time, talking, processing, actually meeting the beings on the different councils that are responsible for different functions of what this game is supposed to be. Understand this is a game of free will and choice. So again, upon that galactic regulation, there are beings that represent the extreme polarities in that choice. And again, that is their sovereign right to carry out. However, to pay attention to the planet and the chessboard we're all playing this game on, and to not leave this chessboard, this planet, in a worse condition than we found it. This is what I wanted to say. Okay? We're supposed to improve our lives, the planet's life. We're supposed to be the stewards of all the animal kingdom. Take care of the animals. Stop eating the animals, you know. That whole thing. We're doing our best, working on that, but I wanted to express to you the importance of it. So I just want to know I love you guys, and I just the thing that I just wanted to say about that reptilian thing, why I brought it up, is because I'm tired of only hearing, I know actually cool reptilians, but that term that we keep throwing them in the box with, there are super Debbie Downer negative dudes, yeah, we get that, but there's also super Debbie Downer negative dudes in many different species, you know, but these guys always get the bad rap. Even though majority of those guys that are getting taken out, they serve a very different motivation for being here, and that's not what we're all about. Okay, so I fully am aware of what I'm saying, and I understand what I'm saying. I just want to say that there are good dudes that represent that coat of arms, I should say. Okay? What else? Much love, aloha. All right. Traveling, do you go through millimeter wave screening? Thoughts? Okay, I don't know what's a millimeter. Melanie, thoughts on millimeter wave tech while traveling? Do you go through millimeter wave screening? You mean the different screens that you go through to make sure you don't have any nanotech or anything AI intelligence when you go through a portal, or what exactly are you speaking about, Melanie? Millimeter PETA. Millimeter, I don't know. Yes, the thing is that when you guys are actually traveling through different portals and through different stargates around the planet, and you're actually zipping by real fast, the issue is that to even breach through the stargate, it actually will purge and clean your molecules as you go through. You actually can't take some of the lower thought forms or lower versions of yourself with you anyways. So it's like you kind of like change channels on a TV. What you thought was important on channel 3, 4, 5, and 6 is completely different on channel 9. You're watching a completely different story, I suppose. Representing the same energy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap this up. I can't wait to see you guys April 21st and 22nd in Sedona. We have so many heavy hitters out there. We have so many people that are at the tip of the spear of consciousness on Earth. I'm so excited to be there with you guys. And, I'm gonna tone it down, right? This is for my little private group here, but very cordial, very respectful for all the speakers, and a lot of love and sent to them, a lot of amazingness and timelines intersecting for so many awesome people to be in one place at one time. So I'm very fortunate for that. The Galactic Council thanks you guys, and obviously the Universal Council to remind you guys that we are in that timeline of transition to the more positive world. We are in that more positive world, hence the Mandela effect you guys can see. Even though I remember mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? I think more grammatically correct is probably going to be magic mirror on the wall. Just trying to say we come from a different time and age. What else? If you guys like sessions, go ahead and check out... Oh, wait. Can you expect... April. That was an older video, April. I will after you look at the older video. Can you explain Mandela effect and timelines? Yes, I was just... okay, here we go. So, you guys know that there's infinite realities, right? This is infinite universes. Okay, this is what I just wanted you guys to remember. Okay. Imagine a big Stargate out in our solar system, and there's basically each planet has 1,000 cables hanging off of it. Each one of us has 1,000 cables hanging off of us. These are different timelines, different probable realities, different functions of creation itself. Okay, each cable holds the bandwidth or energy or frequency or consciousness of raw energy or that creator juice itself, depending on what function or vocabulary term you want to give it. But basically, as you're going through these different stargates, right, all the cables that were all spread out have to come together as you're getting closer to going through a gate. They have to come closer together. So what happens is you get these parallel realities that actually had some buffer room and some movement space in between. What happens is you actually have them now overlapping and becoming one sequence. So everything's kind of collapsing. That's why they say time is collapsing, okay? So when you're going through different galactic gates or different, more planetary old school, the planet's going through a gate, guys, and the planet's expanding. The planet's raising its vibration. Some of the digital, right, holographic, for you guys know that word, the holographic matrix, some of the code is going to change, and actually, as you raise your vibration, some of us will are shifting into that higher vibrational reality while some are staying here. So, at the lower plane. My goal, obviously, is for everyone to reach their highest potential and highest level of destiny on this planet. But yes, this is happening with or without you knowing this right now. Okay? Stay in your heart. Make sure you guys get in your steam room. The reason why I like the steam room is because water has the power to transmute. So, if you work out and do your cardio, thinking about what you're processing, work that out, a little 35 minutes on the cardio machine. And then steam afterwards. Steam has the power to transmute. When you guys are sitting in the steam room, imagine a big golden hula hoop above your head. The golden hula hoop comes down. And actually, the more visually awesome you are, the better. At the center of this golden hoop, I actually imagine like lightning hitting me and electrifying me as the golden hula hoop goes down, hitting all of my organs, all my chakras. And it comes down off your feet, down off your ankles, off your toes, and then down the drain, clear. Do that for repetition of 4. So you guys clean up all your energy and make sure you have none of those attachments hanging on you. Okay. And I think that's it, ladies and gents. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing with you guys out here from Florida. Out here in Florida, be home soon. And I just want you guys to know that as we process this storyline together, to understand that at different times, different functions, and different motivations, certain things happen, and actually see that as a more, almost like a grandma or a grandpa would view the child spilling milk. If you can stay in the non-emotional attachment function of what actually took place and what's actually being transmuted, it'll help all of us get through this much faster. Ladies and gents, I love you. If you guys would like sessions, check out ascensionleague.com. Or if you guys would like some light gear to go a little faster and remember your dreams and help with your astral projection, check out etherictech.com. Sending love and abundance from Florida. See you guys all very soon. Peace.